So welcome back, everyone. Today's the day. I think we're finally going to get it finished. So let's get started. Let's get everything finished up, bolted up, so we can take it for a spin and see what happens. So far, we really haven't had to do many modifications. Some different bolts, some grinding down of the mounting plate here that mounts to the transmission itself. And everything else, as you can see, seems to line up pretty good. Inside, we'll go inside in a minute here after we get everything taken care of outside, and I'll show you some big key differences though. The shifter height is different and kind of in a different location. I think it's a little bit better, honestly, but we may have to adjust the shifter itself, which we can do to some degree without cutting it apart. But I'll finish torquing everything up here, and then we'll go to the inside and start taking care of stuff in there. Also, I want to give a shout out to Tom Woods on this thing. Not only did they do a good job on the drive shaft, but I've had this one for a few years now, and on both the front and rear, I took them to their shop, and they ended up just rebuilding them for me without any cost. They just took care of it, which is pretty nice. I really like when you come across companies that just warranty their work and just really take care of their customers. It really shows that they care, and I really like that. So, be nice getting new drive shafts and everything in here. Basically, the whole drive line is, for the most part, new now, which from a reliability standpoint is very nice. Okay, we'll have to roll the Jeep back a little bit so I can get that last one, but the drive shaft's in, so let's keep moving on. Alright, so it's time to start putting oil in this thing. The recommended oil from Advanced Adapters is to run this red line. It's 7580 is what I believe. I mean, it's good oil. It's definitely expensive. And one caveat is the lid, these bottle pumper things don't actually fit. They don't screw in. They fit in there, they just don't screw in. Also, it does kind of suck that in 1,000 miles I'll be draining this oil. They recommend draining it in 1,000 miles and putting new fluid in it just from all the break-in. Which that sucks a little bit because the oil is so expensive, but what's the cost of transmission versus a few quarts of this stuff, you know? There we go. Alright, now that this is all done, I'll clean it up real quick here, and then we'll go to the inside and finish up in there, and then we'll be done, and then we'll be ready for a test drive. Here we are on the inside. The transmission is full and ready to go. So we have to tackle a unique issue here. So here's the new inner shift boot. This is everything on this is what you get on an 05 to 06 Wrangler. Meant for the NSG 370. Now, there's one problem, or there's a few problems actually, but one problem, this is a round hole, this is a square. Obviously, this is quite bigger than this hole. Now, if I spray this with silicone, it's pretty malleable. I can probably get this to fit over here. But that lies the second problem is the boot is gonna ride way down here. So this thing is gonna be poking down like that. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna rip, especially because this shifter location is further back. So it's gonna be something like that, and I'm pretty sure that's just gonna tear this thing up in a hurry. Now the other problem that we have is with the shifter here. Now the shifter rides all the way down against the little shaft down here, so even if I were to put the boot down here, I've got to do something with this square part of the shifter. So my fix is there's about an inch air gap in here. So I think what I'm gonna do is come and cut an inch off. What that's gonna do is it's gonna make this shifter ride somewhere like that. And then what I'll do is I'll just drill a new little hole here for the set screw. But it's going to make this shifter ride like that. My plan is then to take this boot and actually run this shifter through it this way and make the boot right on this part of the shaft here. So this will be a little up like this, which I think is actually better, honestly. This will be temporary though. My plan in the future is to actually get a piece of metal and shape it correctly, put it in here, cut a hole for a standard shift boot that you can buy from anyone, and then put a standard shift boot in here. That'll fit this, and then from there I'll just be able to buy shift boots as I need it, and it won't be so torn apart. So let's go ahead, let's cut the shifter down, and let's see if it'll fit. Alright, went ahead and cut it down, threw a little paint on there. So while we're waiting for the paint to dry, we're going to figure out where to drill the new hole for the set screw. And to do that, I'm just going to take a marker and color this in, and then what we'll do is we'll slip the handle over it, drive the set screw down. The set screw should give us our little imprint of where to drill our new hole. Okay, so here's what I decided to do. I put some black paint on the tip of this set screw, and now we should be able to see that show up on that blue area we just marked. So it's right here actually. So I'm wondering, since we're not very far off, can we just lift it and use that hole? Because if we're only a tiny bit off, I'm not going to drill a new hole. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so my idea didn't quite work. I was hoping that, I guess the shaft in here sticks further down than I thought. I was hoping that I could drill a new set screw down here and get this down a little lower, but that's okay, that's fine. So that boot will come up about here now. So let's get everything together. First things first, I'm gonna get some silicone spray and spray this boot in here and try to make it slick so that we can slide it over the shaft and hopefully not tear this boot apart. Alrighty. Boy, that's a far stretch for that boot. I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is gonna work. I thought it would, but I don't know. Well, that's where that's supposed to be. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Maybe I'll think about it. I might do a little trimming right here though. That will give some relief right there. Or maybe, maybe we'll try it with the boot all the way down and see what happens. That's what we'll do. Let's try that. Well, we're a little bit there. That slipped over that square piece pretty easily. You know what? I think we're going to do it like that. I think that boot is going to be less stressed if we have it down there than anywhere else. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to be the best bet, is just to leave the boot down there like that. I think that's going to be the least hard on it for now anyway. It's probably going to be happier like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this all back together. It's just some screws and stuff. You guys don't really need to see that. It's pretty easy on how to do one of these. And then we'll come back and we'll start it up and do the first test drive. So excited for this. Okay, so there it is, the Jeep moved a total of this far, and so far, no, I'm kidding. Actually, I took it around the block and it sounds pretty good, and I really enjoyed how it drove so far. But I'm not taking it too far. I want to take it nice and easy. I want to make sure everything's done right before I take it on the highway too far or anything. So I want to take it nice and easy. Double check everything, all my work. So with that, the only issue that I can tell so far is that it feels like the clutch is a little soft to me. Now, I did have my dad get in. He said the clutch feels fine to him, so I could be paranoid, or I just haven't felt the clutch in a while. I haven't driven it in a while, so it's very possible that's the case. If I end up changing out the master and slave cylinder, I will do a video on it so you know that I changed it out and know what you need to go to. And if I don't change it out, then I won't do a video on it. I will end up doing the 1,000-mile trip I spoke about in previous videos, and I think we'll do like a vlog style video on that one. And that's just so I can get a feel of how the thing is going to drive on the highway, and you can see what it's going to feel like versus the 6-speed. So far, I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm pretty impressed with the install. It was a lot more flawless than I thought. There was a few issues to tackle, but honestly, it went together much better than I thought. I thought I was going to be fighting this thing for a lot longer than I did. So with that, very impressed with the install, very impressed with Advanced Adapters customer service too. They're awesome. Any questions I had, they were able to answer it. Highly recommend them, and highly recommend the transmission so far and the bell housing kit. Anyway, with that, guys, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.